Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a reading for the air signs and their twin flame connection. Air signs, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, the information regarding that can be found in the About section of my YouTube page, and I thank you so much in advance. So, air signs, I wasn't sure that I was going to do a twin flame series this month, but Spirit asked me to do it and to focus on the elements. So that's why I'm combining the air signs together today. Another part of my tarot practice is now to do a mini meditation before each reading and to write down up to 10 items that I see in that meditation. So I've written them all down on a piece of paper for you. I'm going to show you that in a moment. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're new to the twin flame dynamic, the twin flame journey, I highly encourage you to get more in-depth information online. There are many content creators that make twin flame explanation videos. But in a nutshell, twin flame dynamic describes one energetic soul shared between two people. So one soul in two different bodies. A lot of people are so a lot of people don't have a twin flame. If you know that you do, I'm reading for people that are in separation from their twin. So there's always a runner-chaser dynamic. One person is a runner. They run from the connection. And one person is a chaser. The chaser is usually the person who is more spiritually inclined, who understands right from the beginning that they've found their person, their divine counterpart, and want to be with their divine counterpart. But the connection is very triggering, and there's always a separation period between twins. That separation period could be weeks or it could be years. I am a twin flame, and I've been in separation from my twin for several years now. So you don't have to be with your twin. It's almost not about that. Twin flame connection is meant to trigger you into your spiritual calling, your spiritual awakening, to find your gifts and to follow your life blueprint, like what you are meant to do here. So for me, when I discovered that the person that I had been having this dynamic with was actually my twin, caused me to go into a spiritual awakening, to have a dark night of the soul, where I discovered my clair abilities. So I'm clairaudient, clairsentient, clairvoyant, and a lot of people have clair abilities. We all have clair abilities. We just have to practice. But I discovered these abilities, and this is why I'm here reading tarot for you today. So, like I said, you don't have to be with your twin, but if you're here, you're probably looking for some answers and some guidance as to how to navigate this journey for yourself. So let me just get straight to what I saw in meditation for all of you. The color red has been coming up very frequently in my meditations for all signs, and so I feel like there's something to that. But the first thing I saw was a red button, a buzzer, like on a game show, like you slam on the buzzer and it's this red button, or like the Staples, you know. I don't know what the buzzer for Staples actually stands for. I can't remember. But it's just like a buzzer that either elicits action, stops action, calls attention to something, or stops, you know, like a red button that stops something, like a fire suppression system. That is a very specific example, but it is what it is. When you go to a gas station or a petrol station, I'm told to say, I don't know if people from Europe are watching this, but I'm told to say petrol. And there's always a fire suppression system, right? So if one of the gas stations catches on fire, there's a suppression system that can put that fire out, and there's always a red button. I don't know why. It's almost like a cooling down period, and the fire signs actually had this theme of a cooling down period. So maybe you're dealing with a fire sign, maybe your twin is a fire sign, right? Fire suppression system. Got it, Spirit, thank you. Green moss, redwood forests, a crane machine, like in a carnival or a county fair, like the machines that have all the stuffed animals and the prizes, and you have the crane machine and it goes down and it picks something up and then it drops it. I was seeing that very specifically, but when I thought of crane machines, then an image of a skyscraper in a big city popped into my mind. The number 2, the name Marianne, either the name Brown, last name Brown, or the color brown. Lake Como in, I believe, in Italy, and a balance. So this could be speaking to Libras specifically, or just a balance to weigh things. So these could mean nothing in this moment, but I encourage you to either take a screen cap or write some of these down. They may resonate with you at a later time. If they do, I would love to hear your feedback about it. I would love to know. I'm going to be doing your reading today, taking one card from the Human Spirit Oracle and using the Mystic Mondays Tarot for your reading. Sorry for the lighting, air signs, just dealing with the winter months, and so there's a lot less sunlight to work with, but we'll be okay. All right, one more shuffle for these cards. They have been pre-shuffled. We'll see what we have for the air signs, Spirit. Air signs, please. All right. You have, this card has come out before. I'm possible. But I wanted to say impossible. I'm possible. And the number is 18, which is the moon card in the major arcana. So you could be dealing with a Pisces. The moon card is represented by Pisces. Could be Cancer as well. So this is always such a strange and fascinating card for me. It's very surreal. And I always like to point out that the eyes are covered in this like white paint, white covering. So only the nose and the mouth are kind of in color right now, right? So there could be something. Clairgustance, I believe, is the ability to smell things. There is that ability. Sometimes people smell perfumes or certain smells, and it causes them to channel messages from spirit. So some of you might have that ability. I'm actually really drawn to the background. It's almost like textiles or wall coverings here. It makes me think of a very, it's like antique look. Whenever I think of antiques, I'm thinking of something that was once belonged to someone else and now is either being repurposed or given new life again. So there's something to that. Maybe you're an antique collector, or you like to go to estate sales or things like that. You like to repurpose old things and make them new. The words are I'm possible, so it's almost like a little bit of regeneration energy here. This emergence of your personality, perhaps. Maybe you've been entangled in a twin flame dynamic for so long that you're finally starting to come back to yourself. 4 cards for the base spread, 4 cards for clarifier. The first 2 cards will be your energy. The second 2 will be your twins, though feel free to flip the energies as twins mirror one another. So the energies can flip very easily. This is for twin flames in separation. I can already tell this is a really fraught twin flame dynamic. I can already see it. The first 4 cards that are on the table. You could have been dealing with a lot of conflict, inner conflict. Even though I said Pisces for the moon card, I am seeing Cancer energy as well. Cancer, Leo energy is represented here. Okay, so 8 cards out. The first 2 cards are your energy, but like I said, you can feel free to flip it with your twin. Got the 5 of Swords. 5s always talk about conflict. They're it's a very fraught number. It's a useful number though, because it talks about transition. We always have to go through a state of transition to get somewhere, right? It's how long we stay in that state that determines our level of agony, right? Essentially, this is what I've discovered. The 5 of Swords talks about winning at all costs, trying to get the upper hand over something, and it's clarified by the Chariot card. This is the first time the Chariot's card shown up in the elemental twin flame readings. This is Cancer energy. The Chariot's number 7 in the major arcana, and it talks about a victory. So maybe you were trying to one-up a situation, trying to gain the advantage over something, at least from a mental perspective, and it proved very fruitful to you. But what Spirit is telling me to tell you, at what cost? I keep saying, at what cost? At what cost? Do you find yourself triggered by your twin to the point where you're competing with them? Do you find that you sense that you are not good enough for your twin and have done things to kind of prove them wrong? Just take it as it resonates. It's not going to resonate for everyone. Some of you out there could be like, I'm absolutely good enough for my twin, but some people don't. I didn't feel that way for the longest time in the beginning. So a lot of cards just flipped out to clarify that, but I'm going to take them all. The Princess of Cups in the reverse. This is the Page of Cups. The 3 of Swords, kind of confirming what I just said. This is the Heartbreak card. Page of Cups is like a gesture of love, an apology, a step forward towards somebody that you love. Difficult to do though when they've caused some grief or you've caused them grief. Take it as it resonates. Another page, Princess of Wands, Page of Wands, hesitation. It's 2 wands. Sorry, 2 pages. Wanting to step forward. King of Pentacles. You know, it's interesting because this is what I said, right? I said in the beginning, I didn't feel as though, I don't know, it would be fair to say I didn't feel worthy of my twin. It's not that. But I saw him like this. Anytime a man adjusts his collar, his cuffs, right? There's just like a sophistication to that. It's a very specific gesture. Man wearing a suit. And Spirit is giving me an example from my twin flame connection to exemplify something for you. Okay, so yes, it's a personal example, but I have to use what the Rolodex in my brain. That's why it's there, right? For me to channel messages. My twin is a man, and he is a very suit-wearing person. At least he was when I knew him. Very professional, very high up in his profession. And at the time, I was working in retail. There's nothing wrong with that. The connections I've made in retail are lifelong friends that I made when I was working in retail for many, many years. But retail is its own beast, just like corporate life or whatever, right? But it's almost like I would see this person and I would see myself and think, we're not on the same level. And then I come to realize in my twin flame dynamic, in spiritual awakening, in consciousness of what was triggering both of us, that just because he wore the suit didn't mean he thought he was worthy of me. Didn't mean that he thought he was worthy of the suit, right? A suit is just a piece of clothing. It represents a lot in our society, but it doesn't mean that the person wearing it is embodying that energy. They're just wearing a suit, right? So there's something to that. There's something to that energy where there's hesitation to even approach, to even begin again, to this is very excuse me, finding having some issues with my throat chakra, right? Pages approach, they take a step forward, they have a gesture, you know, they say something small but significant. And maybe at this time you're not feeling like you can approach this person in your life, your twin. Maybe because you've been hurt in the past, maybe because, you know, they could have hurt you, or maybe you rejected them. Take it as it resonates. Maybe you felt like in the connection you were disappearing, you were invisible. And you're trying to find a way to appear, to have presence. I feel that, yeah, I feel like this is kind of fluctuating in and out of presence. So you could be feeling a little invisible. And so what is the answer? What has been the answer is a little bit of energetic retaliation. And it could have worked out for you, could be working out for you, right? Because when we focus, if we're focusing on ourselves, we're going to experience victories. It's just how it is. We're investing in ourselves. You're going to have victories. It's a foregone conclusion, right? But at what cost? Because I feel as though, and one of my candles just went out. For twin, I always read with 2 candles to honor my twin flame connection. That's just a personal thing. One of the candles just went out. And now my left ear is ringing. Ever so slightly, but it's there. Sorry, let me just light another candle. So, there's something to this, right? There are no coincidences when I read. Spirit is saying, you are enough. You are enough. You don't have to prove it. That could be the thing that you learn in your twin flame connection, right? Maybe you feel like you have to prove it to this person, but you don't. Would it shock you to know that they're not looking for you to prove it either? Would it shock you to know that they think that you're wonderful just the way you are? It's very weird because I can't get a read on whether or not you're the runner or the chaser. I feel like you were one and it flipped. Your person's energy, 8 of Swords in the reverse. This is the analysis paralysis card. Overthinking, overanalyzing. Clarified by the 6 of Wands. Isn't that amazing? This card is this card in the minor arcana. Look at the gestures of the arms, right? Both of these cards represent victory. This is victory, a mastery over the self, over the yin and the yang, the light and the dark. This could be a mastery in the material world. This is you, this is your person. Both of you are experiencing some, thank you, Spirit, some profound revelations about yourselves at this time. They're no longer kind of trapped in their own thoughts about something. My crown is itching, like right here. Right here is just like kind of bothering me. There's some downloads that your twin is getting about this connection, that they're not going to wrap themselves up in a cycle of paralysis anymore over it. I think your twin is trying to get on with things. This is the Temperance card, clarifying it. This is the third time the Temperance card has shown up in this series of twin flame readings. So there's a lot of patience and transmutation happening right now. It also represents Sagittarius energy. You could be dealing with a Sagittarius or have Sagittarius in prominent placements in your chart. So Sagittarius is the sage, right? It's the wise one. It's the one that gets the downloads. Understanding that there has to be some transmutation. Taking something in one state of being and putting it in another. It's almost as if these are all combined to make this, right? I love this deck. It's so minimal, this deck. It's so minimal, but it's potent. I don't know how it does it, but this is how if you ever want to read tarot, if you do read tarot, then you understand. It's like you really got to jive with your decks. They speak to you. And this deck just strangely speaks to me, right? So there's something that your twin is transmuting at this time for themselves, which is great. When your twin experiences success, you experience success, right? Like, and vice versa. You want to keep, even if it's on an energetic level, right? If you're seeing each other in the astral realm, if you guys are in separation right now, but you see each other in the astral, you dream about your twin, you always want their success. You want them to be happy because that's a person that mirrors you. So the higher your vibration, the higher their vibration, and vice versa, right? Six of Swords, Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So this is what they're transmuting right now, right? This sense of they're missing out on some kind of abundance. Ten of Pentacles in reverse. This would be the whole package of abundance, but it's in reverse for your twin. With the Six of Swords, it's moving on from choppy waters to calm waters. It's getting a sense of self again. It's like kind of coming back to a place of centeredness. And your twin might have been experiencing some financial burden. They could have, I just heard, lost a house. God forbid for that, but like maybe they did. And they're coming back to a place of calm, right? Turning pain into power, regrouping energy. Your twin is in a state of regrouping. Could have been a business that they struggled with. I don't know. So for the connection, Five of Cups, clarified by the Strength card. So interesting, for the first time, I'm noticing in this Strength card, which represents Leo in the major arcana, you could be dealing with a Leo, number 8. I'm noticing that you can't see this tiger's mouth. It's implied, but it's not here. And Spirit wants me to draw attention to that. The Five of Cups, this can be a place of being depressed, feeling a little self-pity. This is a card of needing a change of perspective. This is for the connection. This is for both of you. I feel as though there's something here that wants to be expressed. Somebody needs to speak, to write, to say something. Now, you could be writing a letter to your, or text message to your twin, but never sending it. Spirit is saying, continue to do that. Get it out of you, so you're not constantly bottling it all up, whatever your feelings are. Because if you don't, you could be stuck in this energy of self-pity and martyrdom, and no one wants to be in that energy, because it's not healthy. It's not helping you. It's not helping you, and it's not helping your twin. You don't want to be stuck in this energy. What is it that you want to say? Because the Strength card talks about a mastery over the ego. So there is something here where, you know, you're going to get to the place where you may have felt like you needed to prove yourself to this person. And then you're realizing in the future, I just need to be good to myself, right? Everything else will fall where it may. What's the message that you're trying to give, or your twin is trying to give to you? What's the message, Spirit? What's the message, please? Ace of Swords in the reverse. One or both of you were not truthful about something in this connection. What was it? What were you not truthful about? Number 18, the Moon. Pisces, Cancer. Okay, there are no coincidences. 18, that may have something to do with a synchronicity for you. Moon in reverse, secrets to be revealed. The Moon is all about illusion and confusion. Secrets are going to be revealed. Can I know what those secrets are? What is it that wants to be expressed? What is it that wasn't spoken before, Spirit? What is going to be revealed? I don't know if Spirit will give it to me. Maybe it's personal. I thought a card came out, but it didn't. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, King of Cups. Your twin, either you or your twin, did not have, they couldn't offer you what you deserved. And they knew it. This is Scorpio energy. King of Cups talks about somebody who has a maturity in their emotional intelligence. They know what they feel. They don't always speak it, but they know what they feel. They felt as though they did not have anything to offer you. They may have never told you that. Take it as it resonates if this was you. It's raining a lot outside, and Spirit is really bringing that. The cars are going by and splashing in the rain. They're really bringing that energy forward to me right now. Maybe your twin has been crying about it. Crying over you, you over them. This is all going to come out soon. I see this. It's a revelation. It's a admission that they never told you that that's how they felt. Maybe they said to you that you couldn't give them something. That was the lie. It wasn't about you, it was about them. But what I see here is that you've been trying to make up for that somehow, some way. Somebody told you. Maybe they didn't tell you you weren't good enough, because they wouldn't have said it quite like that. Your twin would not have said it to you quite like that. But you were made to feel that way. And so you had to take steps to kind of get an upper hand in the world, to work on yourself and get this victory, right? Like you had something to prove. I kept saying that. You had something to prove. You had something to prove. They put this thing in your mind, right? Not in an abusive way, because our twins, true twin flames, are not abusive, right? They're complex, slightly annoying, but they're not abusive. They don't know who they are. They don't know what they want. They know they want you, but they don't know how. They don't know how to have you. They don't know how to take care of it. The twin is a responsibility. Having a twin is a responsibility, a spiritual responsibility. I don't think I've ever said it quite like that. That's how it feels. Loving somebody who doesn't always love themselves. And that's not your job. It's not your job to love them, for them, in place of them. They have to learn how to do that. You can love them energetically. Spirit's advice. Ace of Cups in reverse, Nine of Pentacles in reverse. This is usually a brand new offer in love. Nine of Pentacles is a singular energy, single lady energy, abundant, pre-empress energy. Both these cards are in the reverse right now. Maybe you're not single at this time. Maybe they're not. And therefore, the cup of love cannot be given at this time. I need another clarifier. This is advice from Spirit. It's okay. I recognize here that the cup of love cannot be given at this time because Two of Cups in the reverse, though. Hold on. Two of Cups in reverse. Ace of Wands in the upright. Judgment card in the World. Okay. I was like a little confused because I was like, what? What's happening? So at first I thought, okay, the Ace of Cups cannot be given. The brand new offer of love cannot be given because somebody is taken. And I asked for clarification. It's not the Two of Cups, it's the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups in reverse is somebody that's not interested in looking back at the past. Right? They're not looking back at the past. I always want to mix that up with the Two of Cups because it looks so much like the two, but it's the six. There are some cycles, there's a chapter that still needs to be closed out. And your twin doesn't seem to be available at this time because they're still dealing with some energy from the past that they're trying to let go of. Right? Ace of Wands and Judgment card. Trying to make a judgment call. I find this card to be one of the most powerful in this deck. It's so simple. It's a rectangle, two triangles. Well, three if you count this one. But it's like portals. It's doorways. It's, am I going to walk through this door? What am I walking towards? Right? Am I walking towards a new beginning? Or am I walking towards just more of the same that I don't want to repeat? I don't want to repeat it. And Spirit is showing me that either you or your twin, they're dealing with, it's messy. It's like, I just feel like it's like, it's messy right now. I think the takeaway from this, right, this card, I'm possible. It's more about focusing on your victories at this time and staying in high vibration. Understanding that you're enough. Understanding that you have a lot to offer. Either your twin or a soulmate. You could take a soulmate. But there's a lot, there's unfinished business. And I do feel as though that it involves another person. Doesn't have to be a romantic person. It could be a parent, or third party rather. Not a. There's another third party Could be a job situation. They could live in a place that's inconvenient, right? My twin lives in another country. That's not convenient, right? So I just have to trust that either he's going to move, I'm going to move, if I even want this connection, right? Everything in divine timing, what is meant to be will not pass you by. If you are meant to be with your twin, you shall be with your twin. But in the meantime, don't wait. Don't wait for your twin. Both of you have a card of victory here. This is movement forward. So this is what I see. So air signs, if that resonated, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Hit the bell notification if you'd like to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you.